G'day. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Day. I don't know what I'm doing in here. It's 6 p.m. on Christmas Day, but I just thought I'd show you the update on the Rapt system if you hadn't noticed. It came through maybe a couple of days to a week ago, and we'll have a quick look at it because I think it's worth using if you're using a Brewzilla. So the first thing you have to do, of course, is go in to your Brewzilla or any of your temperature controllers, and because there's been updates come through, so go through and into your settings, and it's usually right down near the bottom, and you check for an update. Make sure everything's up to date first. Once you've done that, go into your Rapt app. Like we can see here, I've got a brew underway in the Rapt ferment fridge. But you go into your profiles, of course, and we're going to add a new profile, create a new profile. Profile type, it is for Brewzilla, and I'm going to brew a low carb beer for summer. Add a step. We'll call this step mash. Now, of course, you can do a step before it for strike temp, but I usually just set it for strike temp and leave it there until, I'm ready to go on with the brew, and then I press start on the profile at the start of the mash. But that's up to you, what you want to do. So my first mash step is 60 degrees, and as you can see above, it's going to maintain or raise or lower the temperature. Can't really lower it, but what it does is turn off the elements, of course, and it's going to run that step until the duration is reached. We're going to start that step timer when I confirm on the device. So I can press play, but I'm not going to start the mash until it's going to ask me to press a button again to confirm that I'm ready to start the mash. And this will be a 75-minute mash at 60. The lower you do mashes, the longer you should do them. I'm using an enzyme in the mash too for this, and so I could actually probably go longer than 75, but I'm doing a second step at 70. So we'll save that first step, and we'll go into the second step. We'll call this mash 2. Now the temperature for this step is going to be 70 degrees. Run until the step duration is reached. So it's going to run, for as long as I set it to run. But here's the change. Now we can say it can start heating to 70 as soon as the 60-degree one stops. So when the step starts, which is what it's been doing all along. And that's a little bit problematic because you've sort of had to guess, which I've usually guessed a lot of 10 minutes for the ramp time to the next step. And then you'd probably you'd make that 20 minutes because you'd have 10 minutes for the ramp and then 10 minutes at the mash step. But now, like on other systems, you can set it so when the target temperature is reached. So especially if you're using the PID, if you're not using the PID controller, it'll probably overshoot anyway and mess it up a bit. But if you're using the PID controller, it'll back off before it gets to that 70. So it's not going to start the timing of the next step until it hits 70. So you don't have to worry about ramp time, adding ramp time or guessing ramp time. And that's what's, really good about this. And so the step duration would be 10 minutes. So it's going to sit at that 60 for 75 minutes. It's going to start ramping to 70, but it's not going to start the 70-degree timer until it hits 70. Again, you've got to learn your system, learn what PID settings are going to work for you, for your setup and the amount of grain you use, just in case it does overshoot. But that's up to you, and leave the lid on and things like that. You can do all these things to help it. If you just rush and you're just using full elements, you might lower the elements a little bit too. You're probably going to overshoot, and it'll start the timer before the whole mash is at 70 anyway. But these are things of learning a new system. But we can save that step, and now we can add another step, and we can call this one mash out. And again, we're not going to change. It's going to maintain, raise, lower the temperature. This temperature, we might go 76. Again, run until the step duration is finished. Start this step again when the target temperature is reached. Or you can set it to when you confirm, so you can hold it off. If you think it's overshot, or you think you usually overshot because you haven't tuned your machine in yet, You can set it to when you confirm, so you can sit there and stir it, or make sure the pump's got enough flow until the whole mash is at 76, and then you can press a button and confirm it. But I've got mine running pretty well at the moment, so I can just set it to when the target temperature is reached. And again, the step duration might be 10 minutes. And really, it's as simple as that. Save. So the profile is saved, and it is the few in here. Low carb lager, that's the one there. There's my steps. Of course, the next thing you do is save it to your device. You select your device. Mine isn't on at the moment, so I might select my Brewzilla 65, okay, and that sends it to the device. And then, of course, when you turn it on and you want to run it, the profile will be there since you just loaded it in. Mine didn't because it's off. I've got a little bit of footage I can show you of what happens now. It doesn't, just to show you, it doesn't go straight to the timer. It's not the clearest bit of footage, but it's from a brew day I did the other day. All right, we don't have long left till the break. Actually, we've got 50 seconds. We can have a quick look. Again, it's a bit hard to see all the way down there, but we are looking pretty clear. Crystal clear. I don't want to be splashing it like that. So the next step's in 20 seconds. If I've done all the settings right, we should... The next step shouldn't start until it hits the temperature we're set at, which is 70. The next step's 70 degrees, which I probably could have left out of this recipe, to be honest, but... So the next target's 70. Yeah, and the timer hasn't started. We're only on 80% heat. I could turn it up. But yeah, see, the step hasn't started. It won't start till it hits 70. That's a good thing. So that's it. Quick video. It finally is a quick video when I said it was going to be. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'll see you in the new year. Have a good holiday. Cheers. A big thank you goes out to all my viewers and subscribers, all the people that like and comment. That really helps. And a big shout out to all my patrons. I'm going to have a big year this year. I've got a lot of things lined up, and I'm really looking forward to it. So take care, and I'll see you in 2023.
What the dog doing?
Cheers.